Just the ability to have any type of mental activity going on in our brain is a blessing to us all. But we have to remember that some people may not have the same mental capabilities as others. So, yeah, we have to be mindful of that because some people may be able to think deeper to come up with an idea quicker, along with some people may be able to think outside the box as well. But if you're the opposite type of those people, you may find yourself coming up with thoughts, then talking out certain parts of those thoughts, then that sounds dumb to other people, but may come up with other parts of the thoughts that may very well sound awfully dumb to yourself. Then quickly begin to judge yourself by thinking, even saying out loud, man, what the heck was I thinking? This may be a shock, especially after you do something in action that did not turn out the way you planned it to go in your head. This can be a psychological thing that becomes an experience that you can learn from. A lot of people may not see it that way because notice that if you keep bumping your head over and over again about the same thing that you keep making the same mistake on, well, something about that should have made you learn from it the first time, because there is a lesson inside of every mistake that has been made. But who's learning that? No one truly wants to take the time to pay attention to something like that, which is so trivial because it is a waste of time altogether. And again, psychologically, there's nothing to learn from something that makes no sense and have no value to boost a person forward. There are, or these are the mental psychosis of people who have literally given up on themselves. For them, they feel there's nowhere to go, nowhere to settle, and life just seems so hopeless. That personal mindset mentality can sway a person into thinking to themselves on a psychological level, which can speak volume in such ways like this. Quote, how can I ever recover from this? Because this is all I know, and I am so far behind in life, I might as well give up and not even try anymore. If I don't try, I would never try later, especially if I don't try now. But if I do try now, there is still a possibility that I would still be wasting my time. And besides that, I'll never catch up anyway. End quote. Well, you have so many people in their 20s and 30s that are doing so much better so much better for themselves in life, way better than what I have done in my life per se. This is a psychological speaking from the mind of someone who didn't take life seriously during those times, then find out the awareness later after things have been revealed to themselves. Even frustration and stress has already kicked in, being a bigger part of their lives going forward into the later ages. Then you find yourself in your 40s and 50s doing much of the same things you have done in the previous years. And God forbid that you live to see your 60s and 70s in the same way. Then what would life be like at that time or at this time? Because you haven't matured nearly at the rate you were supposed to, nor the rate you should have. If reaching your 80s by the blessings of God, that will have most people thinking that their life is over and whatever they've accomplished at this point was all done from the early part of your 20s. Who knows what life could have been like if you just would have tried at least 1% harder to strive for something more, something real, something important that could have been more valuable later on. Lord, please have mercy on those who all had their best mentality, their best health, their best life all together before the age of 25. For they don't know that there is more life that is much better past the mark of 25 years of their age. There are people whom have proven this gracefully. And so the ones who haven't tried are the ones who are stuck on the inside looking out with no intentions on moving forward in their lives. And so they love to be entertained by the hopes, dreams, and wishes they could not conquer for themselves, but vigorously finding themselves rallying behind the people who have showed that the prosperities of life is actually possible to attain. The ones who have never made anything for themselves are very comfortable not doing anything in life. They are literally very comfortable of being mediocre or less. This is what they strive for. Then later in life, if not sooner, they regret or the regrets of could've, should've, and would've then kicks in and start taking over being a major part of their lives. Who wants to live like this? Well, I'll tell you who. And the answer is over 50% of the world who have emotional scars like this, and a lot of times worse. These are the debris of scars left unattended that have been wounded over many times by the thickened scabs that keeps getting more painful every time that it gets reopened. All I can say is, please take heed and pay attention, close attention to what I'm telling you, because if you don't, this will be your life to live by the time you've lived a long life, maybe perhaps reaching your 80s. And I pray that you don't let it get that bad or even worse by eyeballing negativity and bad vibes. This is just a pre-concept of knowing while you are still young, but the willingness to change, perhaps for those of you who are still in your 20s and 30s, although it's never too late for those of you who are in your 40s and 50s, as long as your health doesn't forbid you physically in action by this time, you can still be very much productive and still move in a distinctive way to find the destiny you search for a lifetime, because there are so many people who had great ideas that did not lift anything off the ground and never made it to see their dreams flourish when they did have a life. And now it's either almost over or it's literally gone. You're done in the grave. Please don't let this be you. So listen to me. Pay attention. You are destined for greatness. You are destined for more out of life. So strive for it and keep it that way by moving and living. Control your outcome. My name is Antonio DeAndre. I thank you for listening. Until you hear me again, stay blessed and share that love with others. Take care.